All right, folks, welcome back. I got my cup of coffee. I'm pretty much ready to go. So, there's all different disciplines in this course, meaning we got PTEX, instrument, electronics, and automation, HVAC, electrical, all these different programs participating because it's your introduction to electricity. Every one of us is going to be dealing with some sort of electricity. Either the devices that we're going to be using are going to be communicating electrically, or at the very least, they'll be powered electrically. So, but look, on a different note, I swear I will never wear this shirt again on a video because it's driving me crazy as it flashes around. So, won't do that. And just while I'm talking about it, man, I sure need a haircut. Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, can't even go get a darn haircut. But anyway, I digress. So what we're going to talk about is going to talk about electronics. So it's my belief that I need to tell you what we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to tell you what I told you. So with that being said, what is electronics? So we can simply define electronics as the control of the flow of electrons. The control of the flow of electrons. So in order to understand that definition, we have to understand what the words themselves mean, like control and flow, and what the heck is an electron. So first thing I want to talk about is, what is control? Think about it. What is control? You know, we use this term all the time. We control the temperature in the classroom with the air conditioner. We control our car speed with the accelerator and the brake, and where it goes with the steering wheel. And we can actually get a failure to maintain control ticket. And usually what happens when you get one of those? That's right, you get in a wreck. So what does that word control mean? Control can be defined as maintaining a variable at a desired point. To maintain a variable at a desired point. What's a variable? Well, that's anything that can change, anything that can vary over time. Because there wouldn't be any point in controlling something if it didn't change by itself. So maintaining a variable at a desired point. When we're driving down the road, that desired point is behind the car in front of us, in front of the car behind us, and between the ditches, right? So we have that desired point of control. So maintaining a variable at a desired point, or simply, folks, it's keeping that where you want it. Keeping something where you want it. If I want to maintain a speed of 50 miles an hour, I put my cruise control on, and when it does, it hangs at 50 miles an hour, doesn't go any slower. Even if I go up a bridge or something, it increases the accelerator to keep that speed at 50 miles an hour. So control is maintaining a variable at a desired point. Now we're controlling the flow. So what is flow? flow can be simply defined as movement. You know, you think about it, traffic flows, rivers flow. Flow is just the movement of something, and even something like bales of rubber on a conveyor system, as they move, that is considered a flow of product. Steam flows in pipes, water, there's all sorts of types of flow, but we can simply define flow as the movement. So if we go back up here and look at electronics, we're trying to maintain a variable. That variable is actually the flow or a movement of the electron. So controlling the flow of electrons is what we're going to be learning. Controlling, we're going to keep it at a desired point. And what is it? It's the movement. So that being said, go ahead, copy this down. Remember, don't forget the pause button because I'm going to erase it. So look at here. On that first quiz that we're going to have next week, do you think I'm going to ask you the definition of electronics? No, I ain't. How about control and all? No, I ain't going to ask you that. Because, folks, I'm going to tell you about this course. The questions on this course are what is tested are the things that you can actually make money with. There's certain things that you do have to understand, but those understandings will make you money. Knowing the definition of electronics will not necessarily make you money. It'll make me money, but it won't make you. So as I go through this, I'm gonna be telling you, okay, now you need to know this. And when I focus in on something like that, make sure that you focus in on it, because it is important for understanding of stuff that's gonna be coming up at the end of the term. Matter of fact, this whole course is inclusive. What we learn today will actually be on the final exam. We're going to have a quiz on it, and then you're going to see some of it on the midterm, and then you're going to see some on the final. So this whole term is inclusive. Everything builds on top of what we just learned. So you can't miss any one section or you come back just totally lost. Okay? So electronics is maintaining, is controlling the flow of the electron. So we know what control is, we know what the flow is. What the heck is an electron? Well, folks, here's the deal. Everything in our world is made up of something called matter. And the definition of matter is simply anything that takes up space. So, you know, we got to figure, is air matter? Well, yeah, air is matter. Is this whiteboard matter? Yeah. Do I matter? Well, of course I matter, but I am matter as well. So considering that, everything that we come across can be considered matter. Now, matter is made up of molecules and elements. Molecules and elements. Now, the really only difference between a molecule and an element is a molecule, like for example, a molecule of water. We understand the chemical compound as H2O, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So that means if I can take this water molecule and split it, I can actually end up with hydrogen and oxygen, 2 different things. But an element, if I take an element and split it, I'm going to end up with a smaller piece of that same element and another small piece of that same element. So it can't be divided and be different stuff. Like a molecule can be divided and end up as 2 atoms. We can't do that with a